Welcome to today's live business coaching. Have you ever wondered why your business is not getting the traction online? You're not getting customers in spite of your best effort. Have you ever wondered why you are not doing well? Because your business does not have a very strong presence online. That is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to be taking you through the commonest mistakes that people make when they think about digital marketing. And then you'll walk out today with a very, very strong understanding on why your digital marketing efforts are not yielding results and what you can do about it. Now, the first point I want to make for every business owner is something I always stress in business school when I teach in the business school. If you have a flawed business model, no amount of marketing, whether it's digital or traditional, can save your business. So I want you to understand, first of all, that the most important conversation when you're talking about digital marketing is not just, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, because you see, when you ask the wrong question, you get the wrong answer. And then most business owners just say things like, I want to be on Instagram. I want to start my Instagram account. And then they go around asking people, follow me, please follow me for follow. Follow me and I'll follow you back. And that's what people think it's digital marketing. And then other people think about ads. I want to do ads. I want to put so amount of dollars to advertise. Then they pump in so much money advertising and nothing comes out of it. If this has happened to you, please type in the chat, that's me. You have put in money at one point or the other on Facebook ad, Instagram ads, and all these ads, and yet nothing came out of it. There was even a time for myself that I considered the LinkedIn premium, which goes for quite some bit of money, like over $1,000. Depending on the package. And in my own business, there were times I have subscribed to so many programs, so many apps, and so many subscription programs to get my business going. I was spending so much money. I bought Kajabi. I was paying more than $1,500 every year. I did ClickFunnels for a little bit and all kinds of things. And these things were taking a lot of money from me. I bought courseware as a plugin to my WordPress website. I was spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on programs, but I was not making money online. I spent money on digital strategy for over 10 years before I earned money. It took just one coaching. I called one guy, I saw his ad on Instagram, and I called him. I said, okay, Mina, how much is 1 hour of your time so that you can teach me how to make money online? Because I'd never made money online, yet I had websites. I spent so much money on websites. In fact, there was a Nigerian developer I paid 1.3 million to do website for me. Nothing came out of it. So I don't know whether anyone here has also faced similar frustrations online. You've been spending money online, digitally, but your business does not really make any direct success or revenue or result or performance online. The number one reason is if you have a flawed business model, there's no amount of marketing that can save your business from bad performance. So digital marketing has to start with your business model. But you see, this is not the conversation that so many business owners and entrepreneurs go through before they start and before they launch their digital strategy. Everybody I want to get on Facebook, I want to get on YouTube, I want to get on Instagram, TikTok, I want to get on TikTok. How many followers do you have? That's not the conversation. The first conversation is, what is your business model? Now, let me simplify business model in plain language. Business model basically implies three things. It constitutes of three things. Number one, how you create value for the customer. And value is as defined by the customer, not by you, the business owner. Because what a lot of us do, we just sleep, we have a dream, and then we jump up from bed in the morning with an interesting idea, an idea that we are very, very passionate about and is of interest to us. And then we believe that because we like that idea, that the whole world likes that idea with us. And it's not usually so. For some of you who are familiar with my Kunu story, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I spent almost 2 years developing a product, and I never one day sat down to ask, who exactly am I developing this product for? And of course, the business failed. So your business model consists of 3 things. The first one is how you create that value. Okay, if it is biscuits that you manufacture, so it's talking about how you manufacture that biscuit. So the biscuit is the product that is of value to the customer. So maybe the value to the customer is the customer needs something to snack on between meals. All right. The second part of your business model is how you deliver it. Now, having produced your biscuits or your bread or your cake, how do you deliver it? How do you communicate it? How do you get customers to know about it? And then when they make their order, how do you deliver it to them? Because if you, like many of us, have written books. We have great books we wrote and self-published, but these books are all lying in our garage because your business model is broken. You made it, you created the value, all right, but there's no way to take those books from your garage to the people who actually need to read it. The third part of business model is how you capture value. Capturing value means you have delivered value to the customer. How do you capture the exchange in value? In other words, how do you get paid? Some people are good at other parts of the business model, but they are not good at asking and collecting payments. So for instance, when customers come to your business, whether online or traditional store, do you have multiple ways that people can pay you? Or do people come to your store and then they walk out with the money because there was no way for them to pay? So the first consideration in digital marketing is business model. But 97%, almost 99% of the people never think about business model. They just want to open a Facebook page, or they just want to open an Instagram page and all that. And then they start posting pictures of their cosmetics and things like that. So, but you have to think about your business model first. Okay, why am I doing this and why now? My name is Ogbo, Awoke Ogbo. And then if you are joining us for the first time, this is day 37 of a challenge that I want to do for 1,000 days, because last month I asked myself if I had 1,000 days to live and I have to communicate some incredible valuable lessons to the world, what would it be? And then I defined 3 things that I would like to teach the world. Number 1 is financial freedom. Financial freedom does not necessarily mean that you have so much cash you are throwing out and then showing everybody on Facebook that you have a lot of money. That's not what financial freedom is. And people who do that are, forgive me to say the word, stupid. Financial freedom has nothing to do with displaying cars and mansions and girls and your private jet on social media. That's nonsense. That's not financial freedom. So financial freedom is having more than enough to achieve your purpose here. It's not for show off. It's not to show people what kind of cars you have, So that's number 1 thing. I want to teach people to become very, very financially independent, so that when you run into emergency, you don't have to start looking for who you are going to borrow money from, who you are going to call. That is sad, when somebody like in the middle of the night has a problem and then you can't handle it because you're not financially free. Financial freedom also ensures that you are not limited by what you can afford, but you are limited by what you want. In other words, that sentence, "we can't afford it," will never be in your mouth again for as long as you live. You will never run out of money for as long as you live. And then you choose where you live, you choose where you travel to, you choose the schools that you you send your children to, not because you can't afford it, but because that's where you want. That's what you want. You eat what you want. So that's financial freedom. And then financial freedom always goes with purpose. There's a purpose for which wealth has been given you. Okay, so a financially free person is not necessarily a selfish person who has all the money and is showing the whole world that he has all the money, but nothing is going out for. There's no cost that he or she is connected to. There's nothing he's doing in the world with it. So anytime you see all these people showing you cars, flashy cars and flashy mansions, and then telling you, that's nonsense. That's not financial freedom. And I don't want anybody following me to think in terms of that way. This is something much higher than that. Second thing that I'll be teaching you over 1,000 days is how to grow your business. That's why, of course, we're talking about digital marketing today, because that is a very critical skill for every small business owner. If you are not skilled in digital marketing at this time in our civilization, in our e-commerce, you are nowhere. You are nowhere. If you're not skilled with digital marketing, you don't have a business. Number 3, I want to bring back the family to the forefront and to the center, because the family has been so attacked that people don't know what it means. Today, somebody was telling me about people who got married, just 3 months ago. Now they have serious problems. They are considering, 3 months. 3 months. In the times of our parents, marriages used to last 60, 70 years, till death do us part. Remember, that's how they said, the saying, till death do us part. That's how it started. But these days, it's not even death that is doing people part. Small agreement about money, infidelity, all kinds of things, unfaithfulness, childishness. Marriage is a very serious business. It's not for children. It's not for emotional babies. It's not for even mommy's boys. It's a serious business. And so so we need to bring back this conversation, and then we need to bring back parenting. We need to bring back family values. That is what this 1,000 days are about. So you will always see me around Facebook posting things around these 3 subjects. Number 1, financial freedom, financial fitness. Number 2, business, scaling your business. And number 3, family. Don't get tired of seeing me talk about family, okay? Because we have to bring it back to the forefront. Okay, so let me now transit to what I have discovered as a lecturer in graduate business schools, the 3 common digital marketing errors that people make. Okay, pay particular attention to what I'm talking about, because chances are that you are making this error. Okay, and then if I mention it and then you find yourself in this error, type "that's me" there. The first common error that people make when we talk about digital marketing is that they ignore the first principles of marketing. You always have to go to first principles, to foundational principles of anything. Digital marketing is not a first principle. Now, the first principles of marketing, and I'm going to explain those later, involve 3 key ideas. Number 1, segmenting. All right, so as I'm talking about it, type in the chat. And if you're just joining and you haven't shared, please share it right now, and then type in the comment "shared," just to let me know that you have shared it. And then if you are getting value, please tell me, just mention it in the comment so that I will interact with you directly. I always want to make sure that people are listening and that they understand what I'm talking about. So comment often, just interact with me in the session. And then those of you on YouTube, watching on YouTube, please do the same thing, okay? All right. So, ignoring the first principles of marketing. The first principles of marketing have 3 pillars. The first one is segmenting. In other words, there's no marketing without segmenting, and I'm going to talk about segmenting today. And then the 2 other principles, I will talk about them in subsequent days. The second principle of marketing is targeting. Targeting. And then the third principle is positioning. See, if you're not doing these 3 things, whether it is digital or traditional, I tell you, you are not marketing. And that's why your business is not succeeding. And that's why your business will keep staying small until you actually market. All right? Because marketing is critical. Marketing. If people don't know what you're doing and people can't communicate your value properly as a business, people will know about you, and then your business will not grow. So marketing is a key lever for growing. Yes. So let me just take a look at the comment section. Excellent. Alaba, thank you. Alaba Abraham. Yes, exactly. first principles of marketing: segmenting, targeting, positioning. Excellent. Okay, Emmanuel Omogene, thank you. I see shared. I see you have shared. All right, Patricia, thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you. I like it when you guys interact with me in the comment section, because it makes it really, really easy for me here to know that that we are engaging. Okay, so big dreams. Thank you. Yeah, principles of marketing. The first principles of marketing. So you put that first there. Yeah, Lois, Ralph. Yes, exactly. The first principles of marketing. So what I just taught you now is incredibly valuable. Valuable. Type valuable. Type valuable in the comment section. The reason is, if you don't know this, you can run around Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all you like. Like some people have been, in fact, type in the chat. How long have you been in your favorite social media? Let's say it's Facebook. How long have you been on Facebook? How long have you been on Instagram? So some of you may have been there for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And I can tell you there are people who have been on Instagram at the very first year that Instagram started, and up to today, they've never earned $1. Why? You run a small business, you own a retail pharmacy, for instance, or you make products for hair care products or skincare products, or you teach, you're a coach, you're a teacher, you're a fitness instructor, whatever it is you are, okay? And you have been on social media, you have been on the internet, because digital marketing is not just about social media. Digital marketing also involves other things, like your blogs, other channels like your website, and then other digital channels. Okay, so you have been in digital for 10 years and then you've never made $1. That's not right. I want to change that tonight. Okay, so that is one. The second common error that business owners make when it comes to digital marketing, how they think about digital marketing, is that they get lost in the digital part. They get lost. See, digital marketing is a compound word of how many words? 2 words. 2 words. Digital marketing. But you see, they forget marketing part of it and they focus on the digital. That's why they keep talking about Facebook, monetization, content. They're just talking about digital, but they are not doing marketing. So many business owners, many of you are just doing digital content. Okay, produce content, post 10 times a day, do this and all that, use this technique. That is digital. What about the marketing? That is the problem. That's the problem. The only people who are succeeding online are people who are doing digital marketing, not people who are just doing the digital. So the common error is that people ignore the marketing part. Okay. Number 3, people assume that digital marketing is just social media. It's much more than that. Much more, far strategic than that. It's much more than just Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So these are the 3 common errors, and that is what's keeping small businesses from succeeding online. But we are going to change that tonight. I'm going to change that for you. So now there are 3 marketing levers, okay? 3 marketing levers if you're marketing, because now let's talk about marketing, all right? And then we can also always talk about the digital. So many of us are already digital. We've been doing 100% digital and little marketing. Now, you are not marketing if you are not pulling these 3 levers. The first lever is customer segments. Because remember, in our first episode, I told you, anytime we talk about business, always think customer. Always think customer, because the customer is the business. So before you can say, as a small business owner or as a business owner, that you are doing marketing, there are 3 marketing levers you must pull: customer segments, value proposition, and geography. I will explain those. But before I explain those, please type in the comment section what you are into. What business are you into? All right, just put in the comment section. So some of you might be in clothing business. Some of you might be in coaching and business. Just give me some ideas. Some of you might be in farming. Some of you might be in exporting or importing, some of you on trading. So tell me, what business are you in? Just type it in the comment section. Hello, Kelly Ahmad. Thank you very much for sharing. All right, Kelly is watching from Ghana. Is this useful for you, Kenny? Sena Franca, thank you also for being here. Sena, what country are you watching from? Oli Musif. All right, so everyone, okay, so Emmanuel is in the POS business. Okay, Elon Marcus, all right. What business are you in? Everyone type business you are in. If you're not in business and then you're employed, you're under employment right now, just type employment, okay? But I need to see what kind of businesses you have so I can use that for my illustrations. Okay, Chinedu, I'm an event vendor. Okay, you do rentals and installations of tents and event materials. Okay, what other businesses here? All right, Joseph is into event planning. Good. Excellent. Okay, Jackson is into lubricant production. Patricia is employed. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Everyone, what business are you in? All right. Princess, my princess is in healthcare and tech. Okay. Big Dreams just graduated. All right. Acquiring new skill. Mary is into property management in the UK. Amanoye is selling food stuff within workplace. Fantastic. Okay, keep going, keep going. I want to be able to use practical illustrations. Dan is into custom made ladies shoe making and supplies. Paul is into transport and logistics. King Shoed is into interior furnishing and furniture. Excellent. Okay. Transporter. Very, very good. So this gives me a very excellent idea. Now, the good news for all of you here is that all these businesses you do are perfect 100% candidates for digital marketing. What digital marketing can do for you? I want to use something now which I'm not sure, so that I'm not misunderstood, but something just came to my mind, okay? And then don't take it the wrong way, okay? I'm not equating this to God, our maker. But in terms of business, when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, what digital marketing cannot do does not exist. I'm talking strictly for a business owner. In fact, somebody type it in the chat. All of you type it in the chat. Say, when it comes to business, okay, when it comes to business, I'm not talking about faith or spirituality, but when it comes to business, what digital marketing cannot do does not exist. Oh my goodness. Please give me that quote. Give me that quote and that share it to someone today and just put my name there. That's very, very tweetable. When it comes to business, what digital marketing cannot do does not exist. I got to write this down myself. See, because marketing can change your business. Digital marketing can change your business overnight. In fact, before I started, let me just write this down so that I do not forget it myself. Okay, I'll need to develop it. When it comes to business, what digital marketing cannot do does not exist. I want you to go with that mentality because all these things you've told me here, digital marketing will explode it overnight. Just look at what's been happening of recent times. I don't know the story very well, but many of you may have seen the story that went viral about somebody who makes makes some kind of snack, and then a popular musician just saw him and liked the way that this guy was advertising his snack. If you have heard the story or you know about it, just type heard, type heard. And then this guy overnight became an internet sensation because somebody, put him out there, took a video of him, the musician saw it and then said he wanted a certain quantity of that snack that could actually be like what this guy has earned like in 3 years. He earned it in one order. Digital marketing can change your life overnight. Some of you have skills. Some of you have created ointments. Like Princess, you are in healthcare. I'm not sure whether you have created like a personal product, but I do know that there was a woman who produced something. Her baby kept having rashes, was having skin issues. And then she developed a certain ointment because she's tried everything that the dermatologist gave for the baby and it didn't work. And she tried one. She made something herself from local materials and they worked perfectly for the baby. Can you imagine if she scales this story I just told you on the internet? She can overnight, and it happens. I'm sure you see the stories overnight. People just put something of value there and then overnight they explode. So, oh yes, okay, yeah, it was fish pie, exactly. It was fish pie. It just came into my DM, but I did it, sorry, my For You page, and I didn't quite read it, but I just saw the caption, and his life changed overnight. That is why I'm telling you that when it comes to business, any business, in fact, you can put any business there. When it comes to any business, what digital marketing cannot do does not exist. Marketing is everything. It can change your life overnight within 24 hours. So that's why we are doing this. So, but there are three. So, digital marketing, remember I said digital plus marketing. Don't just do digital, because it's the marketing part that digital enables. Digital gives wing to the marketing. So there are three things: customer segments. Who exactly do you serve? Who are the customer segments? Have you clearly defined them that you are creating value for? Number two, value proposition. What problem are you solving for them? So like what all of you are putting there, some of you are into furniture. So you don't just say furniture. So, but value proposition is, what is the value proposition that you are using the furniture business to provide for the people? Don't just sell chairs. Don't just sell furniture, because a product is not necessarily a value proposition. It might be that your furniture is targeted at people 50 years and above who experience severe back pain. Or it could be that your own furniture specification. Can you imagine? Because it may not just be people 50 years and above. There are people who normally experience chronic, like they always have back pains. But your chair, once they sit on your chair, they can sit 40 minutes, 1 hour at a time, and then they don't have any problem. That's value proposition. So now, if you market that chair like a chair, you may probably charge, let's say $100. But if you market it as a value proposition, you can charge $10,000 for it. Is this making sense, anybody? Because chair is a commodity, but back pain is a value proposition. So now, do you see how this little illustration I've used now can change? Because that's marketing, what I've just told you now. If you don't have this background, you will now go online and say, buy my chair is $100. But if you have the marketing knowledge about value proposition and customer segment, because I've just given you segment and I've given you value proposition. The segment is people, you can even say, narrow it down to like women 30 years and above who suffer severe back pain. That's the customer segment. What's your value proposition for them? You have a magic chair. You can call it whatever. You have a magic chair, which you took time, did a lot of R&D, research and development to build. So you have that, and then whenever they sit on it, they are relieved. Now you can sell that chair for $10,000, because value proposition commands more money than commodities. So we are going to do that one another day, and I'm going to tell you how to decommoditize your business. So don't sell chair. Don't sell like one of you who does food in your workplace. You're not selling food. You sell convenience. And then you see, the way you define who you are selling that food to will determine how you package it. Because if the segment you're serving around your workplace, if you're serving senior executives, the C-suite, chief financial officer, chief executive officer, chief operating officer, people at that cadre, you see, the way you package it will be very, very different. Like if you're selling to construction workers. Is this making sense? Now, that's why it's important, as you see later. If the customer segment is construction worker, it is the same food though, but the way you package it will be different from if your customer segment is CEOs. But you see, when you don't do this definition, you try to serve everybody the same way and then you lose money. And of course, the third lever of money, of marketing, is geography, both virtual and also physical. Where are these people? Where do these people congregate? The customer segment you're trying to, where do you go to find them? You don't go to the forest to find fish. Where do you go to find fish? Of course, you know. So that's why it's important to define your customer segment. That's number one, the first lever. You must know exactly who you're serving. It doesn't mean you can't serve the different segments at a time, but you must distinguish them, because the value proposition for, even though it might be one product, but the value proposition is very, very different. Then where do you find them? If you don't know these three things, you can't do marketing. If you just go digital, okay, let me just put my account. I want to open a Facebook page. I want to open an account on Twitter. That's what a lot of people are doing. But you've got to know exactly who is it for. That's the marketing part. Then you can now use the social channels to amplify everything. So now you are saying, all of you all the women in Lagos or in Accra who are 30 years and above and suffer severe back pain, that's the value proposition, or the women, that is customer segment, who are in Lagos and Accra, that is the geography. And then you now use your digital to push it out. Then it is at that time that when you are now doing targeting, which is remember, is a core principle. We talked about the three first principles: segmenting, targeting, and then positioning. Now, when you now broadcast it with digital, then you see how you can change your business overnight. Because before, 7 people just walk into your store, your furniture shop in Accra. But by the time you now add digital to what you've already defined, your marketing levers, before you know it, 7,000 women, you're getting one day leads, 7,000. Is this making sense? Is this valuable to somebody? Type in the comment section. Let me know. Is this making sense to you? Okay, type in the comment section. Okay, so these are the first principles of marketing: segmenting, targeting, and positioning. All right, segmenting. We will take segmenting today, and then we will take the remaining ones following. So what is segmentation? What is customer segmentation? Okay, customer segmentation, according to CIMA, is the grouping of customers with each subgroup or segment of customer having a common need, want, or value. That first sentence is powerful. I just want you to, if there's something you need to screenshot and memorize, it's this one. The fundamental principle of a segment is that they have a common need, they have a common want, they have common value. Okay? People who are suffering from malaria need a different medication from people who are suffering from diarrhea. So you've got to, and then you see all the people who are suffering from malaria, they have common need, they have common symptoms, they have common pains, they have common troubles. That's why when you go, the doctor, because it is common, when you do your blood test and then they see all those common things, because what is very, very common to everybody suffering malaria, they have that malaria parasite. But the people suffering from diarrhea have a different sort of parasite. So your segmentation brings together people who have common need, common want, and value, all right? And then each subgroup or segment will be affected by different targeting strategies. They would behave differently and respond differently to different tailored marketing mixes. See, this is why when you understand this foundation, you will now understand why Facebook, for instance, if you are doing Facebook ad, they will allow you to show different creatives. It's the same thing you're advertising, but you are finding different angles to advertise to single mothers. It's the same thing, and you're finding a different angle of the same event to advertise to a married couple. So you can have 5 different, 7 different, 10 different creatives of the same product, but you are marketing to them based on their needs, wants, and value. The needs, wants, and values of a single mother is not the same as the needs, wants, and value of a young 18-year-old student in the university. But then you look at the way we communicate online, and we lump everybody as if everybody is the same and talk to them. Okay, is this making sense? So the next thing is, why do we segment? Therefore, there are 4 key reasons why you should segment everyone here, including those of you who are yet to start your business. Don't wait until you start. This is actually a very important exercise, because you can start making money like next week if you do this. You segment because you want to speak directly to your customers. You want to tailor your message to make it relatable and engaging for different groups. I don't want to mention the name of some of these banks in Nigeria. They send me things. They send me messages, emails that I shouldn't be listening to. So their segmentation, they are big banks, but their segmentation is crazy. It's so suboptimal. And then they will send a message to me, and then they will say, oh, if you want to win 250,000 naira. I'm not a bank. So even banks do stupid things. I mean, they are just surviving because I don't know who does their marketing. So they just send messages across the segments as if they're sending to. If you know me well, I'm not the kind of person. I'm not the demographic or the segment you should be saying spend something this weekend and then enter a draw to win 250,000 naira. What nerve? What nerve? And I find it very, 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 very annoying. And I've sent them messages. Stop sending me those things. So if you don't segment, you will also be annoying people with your messages. You'll be annoying people because you'll be sending people messages that they don't relate to. And then instead of you to make the market to like you, to know you, to trust you, you're making the market to hate you. And anytime they just see your logo, they delete. All right? Second thing, it helps you to focus your effort on the customers who are most likely to buy. See, if you're advertising, say, on Facebook, and then you're advertising to all the people, 18 million people, your small $100 or 100,000 naira will not go much. But instead of advertising to the 18 million people in Lagos, you decide, okay, you want to advertise specifically to just a particular segment that is like 750,000, 900,000. That your money will go further than if you just decide to spread it thin across everyone. It also helps to meet specific needs so that you can build loyalty. You can imagine if you decide, women 30 years and above in Accra, my goodness, you build loyalty because you are always meeting that specific need of back pain. And not only that, the word of mouth will continue to increase. A woman sufferer who tests your product and then it really does her very well, tells her friend, who tells her friend, and then before you know it, you have such loyalty. You have repeat business, you have word of mouth sensation. That's why it's important to segment. And of course, segmenting helps you to stand out from the competition. All right, I have segmented. Some of you are here because of I segmented before going there, so I know. And then one of the things I did was to name my value proposition a name that no one else has. So if you go on Facebook right now and type financial fitness challenge anywhere, I own that hashtag. So it's helping me to stand out from all kinds of people, who do things in my space. So that's why segmenting is very important. Now, Seth Godin said, and this is a very important takeaway, he said, making products for your customers is far more efficient than finding customers for your product. How many times do some of you travel? I did it once, not once. I probably did it a couple of times. You travel and then one particular case, I was in the US and then they were doing garage sales. And then they were selling these crystals, beautiful crystals, you plug it under electricity and then it glows through this crystal thing. I so loved it and I felt, everybody in Africa will love it when I come. I packed, and it was very cheap. They were selling it, I think, $2 each. I packed everything, came back with it. That thing stayed in our house for almost 20 years until I threw the things away because nobody could buy. So, and that's what some of you do. You go to Dubai, or you go somewhere, you see something is on sale, you'll pack it and then come back, and then you find it difficult to sell. And then you find it very difficult. You go around, start looking for customers to buy that. If this has happened to you, type in the chat, type in the comment section and say, that's me. You got products first before finding customers. See, but the mindset I want you to change is to making products for your customers is far more efficient, okay, than finding customers for your product. So first of all, find the customers, define who they are, what their wants, their needs, and their values are. Then you now make products for them instead of making your product first and then trying to find customers for them. Okay. So what happens when you fail to segment? Certain things happen. Some of them I've already mentioned. When you don't segment and then you are doing digital marketing, when you don't segment, there's a lot of misalignment between the buying and selling processes. Okay, so because the customer is buying in a certain way, you yourself, you are selling in a different way. Okay, because your customer segment may have a preferred payment style. There was a time, and I think there's still people like that who up to today feel very, very reluctant, to buy, I beg your pardon, to put their cards online. So they're people. I had a colleague like that, when I worked in Shell, and so while we booked our tickets, flight tickets online, he would always go to the airport and then buy twice, what we used to buy. So if we were flying, because our children were in Abuja, and then we used to fly from Lagos to Abuja on their visiting, and then in those days, you could get tickets for like 18,000, 22,000. If you book online, if you book 2 weeks ahead of time or something, you get 18,000, 22,000 naira, 25. Those days are long gone. I think I hear it's about 150, 180,000 right now, But this guy will go to the airport. He will come to the airport. We bought 20,000 naira, but he will buy 65 at the airport. Just one way. Why? Because he did not want to put his card online. So now that's a segment. So if you don't know that you're serving people like that, you will tell them the only way you tell them to buy is you send them a link to put their credit card, and then they are not buying, and you don't know why they are not buying. But these people might be more comfortable doing money transfer or something and all that. So that's what happens when you don't segment and understand the values, the wants, the needs of the people that you're serving. And then again, spam marketing, like the bank example I gave you, if you don't segment, you'll be sending messages that will annoy people instead of make people happy with your business. And then when you do that, you're destroying your brand. Every time I wake up and I see my email catches all the junk mail, and I go to junk mail, and it's such a very disgraceful, embarrassing thing to find your company in my junk mail because you're sending unsolicited messages. It's unsolicited because I'm not your customer. Okay, of course it causes failure, and then you waste money and waste people's energy. All right, there are, broadly speaking, two specific bases for segmenting your customers. So I will do this and I'll give you a short exercise you can do, and then we'll continue tomorrow. So as much as possible, segment your customers based on their shared behaviors and shared needs, not just based on who they are. All right. So you segment based on, first of all, who they are. That's the descriptors. All right. You need to know who they are, their gender, their women, 30 years of age, middle income, education, university, or secondary school, geography in Accra. All right, those are descriptors. But then, more importantly, don't stop at just descriptors, describing their age and their education and things like that. So you don't stop there. You also look at the why, not just the who, but why. What motivates them? What are their needs? What are their preferences? What are their lifestyles? What's their culture? What's their value? What are their beliefs, especially beliefs? How do they perceive the world? And then what you're trying to look out for, you're looking at being able to predict behavior. So the essence of segmenting, if you do your segmenting very well, the result you should get is targetable behavior. Everybody type targetable behavior in the comment section. So what you're looking for is targetable behavior. That's why sometimes, when you do ads, you're looking at, like people who traveled in the last 30 days, people whose birthdays fall in the next 30 days. So targetable behaviors, that's what you're looking for, all right, when you do your segmenting. What behavior can you target? Targetable behavior could be something like, some people live in a particular section of a busy city. I'm just trying to see what cities you're coming from. I think I only saw Accra, but some of you are coming from different cities. I haven't been looking, so I want to use examples. Tell me your city. Just type the city you are from. Okay, Malik, I know you're in the Gambia already. Malik, by the way, I'm just asking, what's the capital of the Gambia? I thought I knew. No. Dakar is Senegal. All right, so targetable behavior. Okay, so let me use Lagos because many people know Lagos. So a targetable behavior could be okay, I see Ireland. Of course, Princess, you're in Ireland. Barry is also, okay. Ayo is in Finland. Yeah, Malik, what's the capital of the Gambia? What's your capital? I should know. Forgive my... Yeah, Lois is Abuja. Let me see. Okay. Princess, I never even knew. Is Limerick the capital, or is just the city where you are? Okay. Oh, Banjul. I remember, Malik. Thank you so much. Now I remember. Yeah, Kelly Ahmad is in Accra. Okay, so we have Ireland, we have Finland, we have Banjul, we have... Okay. So now, and of course there's Enugu. All right, there's Jos. Okay. So imagine, like Lagos is a very dense city. And people who live in a certain... But typically, most of working Lagos live in the mainland and then they work in the island. Like most of the bank headquarters are in the island. So you already begin to see a pattern of behavior there. You already begin to see a pattern of behavior. The behaviors you might notice are people like that would tend to be waking up early, like 4 a.m. And then people in the mainland would tend to leave their houses like 5 a.m., 5:30. Those are targetable behaviors. So if you have some kind of logistic business or something, if you know that behavior, you can now target them in the same way. Another targetable behavior is like, when do these people typically come online? And of course, you can use analytics like Facebook analytics, Instagram analytics, YouTube analytics. You see when the people you serve typically come online. That's an amazing targetable behavior. Every targetable behavior is worth $1 million or more. So do you see why you want to segment? And then as you're saying, look for targetable behavior. Because if I'm trying to reach these people, they wake up at 4. 4 is not the best time for me to start doing live coaching for them, because they will go to the bathroom, they will eat, they will do whatever, and then jump into the car. So by 5 a.m., they are there. So if I want to actually reach these people, I could use radio. If I want to use them, why? Because I know that their targetable behavior is that they are already in traffic at 5 a.m. and then they are not likely to be watching Facebook or YouTube, but they are likely to be listening to radio. Or I can have podcasts that are downloadable that they can put in their USB drive and then put in their car. So a product like that I can use to target them. Now it also affects my messaging. Imagine I just say, are you a professional living in Lagos mainland, working in Victoria Island? Can you imagine? I've sharply identified them. And then I say, chances are you wake up at 40, and then copywriters, of course, know what I'm talking about. You wake up at 40, you are in your car at 5 a.m. heading to work. Did you know that the 1 hour you commute in 1 year turns to over 300 hours? And did you know that you can acquire a total university education or even learn the French language within 1 year of that? So you can see my product now. And I say, I have this. So now it's not YouTube I'll be positioning for them. I can have this thing in USB that you can listen to while you are driving. Is somebody excited about what I've just told you now? This is how it works. So bring back the marketing into the digital. That's my last comment. Type it in the comment section. Bring back the marketing into the digital. So we're doing so much digital and there's no marketing. And then if you are seeing any success, it's accidental, it's by luck. It's not by strategy. But if you can now reverse engineer what you already do online using the information I've shared with you, you will be amazed how different your business will. Okay, so the exercise I would like you to do as we're rounding it off tonight, to think, who are the people or businesses that you create value for? Think about them. Think about the examples that I've used so far, just how fantastic it is, okay? And then identify and characterize 3 distinct customer personas for your products and services. I've given you some examples like the furniture example in Accra, and I've given you examples of the professionals who live in the Lagos mainland and work in Victoria Island. Fantastic. Now, it is when you now have all this that you can now do digital. You see how having that helped me to just from my head to create a copywriting, to create a selling material. So now I can sell a USB of a personal development something to these people, addressing them directly, because I know they wake up at 4, they're in traffic at 5, they commit for 1 hour, and then I've given them a value proposition that in 1 year, which is 365 or just say 300 days of commute, that instead of making it a wasted 300 days, 300 hours, and I tell them this is what you can do in 300 hours. In 300 hours of listening to this my program, you can add 1 income stream that can pay you 3 times what your current 9 to 5 pays you. Do you see how it's developing? Because you've done the marketing and then you just add the digital to it, and then it makes your digital marketing precise. It makes it effective, and it's not just a lucky show. All right, so this is where we're going to end this evening. Let me know in the comment section if you have found that useful, and please go ahead and type your specific questions so that I can take your specific questions. Go ahead and type specific questions so that I will know what other things you want me to talk about, questions you want me to answer, and then I can continue that tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll look at the second part, which is positioning. All right, and we talked about the 3 core pillars: segmenting, targeting, and positioning. So tomorrow we'll look at positioning your business for digital. And then whatever happens, keep showing up, because you just have no idea what's coming your way next. I love you and have a good evening.